Hello, my name is Sanna and here's CoinJapan, and today we take interview with Tone Vays, blockchain researcher and consultant.
Thank you, glad to be on.
And the first of our question, what attracts you in the blockchain? Why do you think it's prospective?
So the only thing that's really attracting me to blockchain right now is Bitcoin. To me, Bitcoin is the one and only blockchain that is decentralized. Satoshi gave us Bitcoin, and by creating proof of work, by solving double spending in computer science, and gave us a blockchain that gives us decentralized digital transactions. So all these other things that people are calling blockchains, to me, they're just databases, and they're very, very centralized. So the only thing that remains interesting to me in this entire ecosystem to this day is still Bitcoin.
Any other cryptocurrencies except Bitcoin you think are prospective and have future?
I don't. I honestly don't think any other cryptocurrencies or any of these projects are going to be all that useful into the future. I think they're going to become more and more centralized. Ethereum is going to get even more centralized. You can't create a node on Ethereum. You can't process your own transactions. Ethereum has major competition now from EOS, from Cardano, from Tezos, and all of those ICOs are going to split up across all of that ecosystem. And I don't think it's going to be very efficient. So I really don't have anything. My money is only in Bitcoin. I don't have any other projects that I'm finding interesting. I will wait. If there is a winner, if there are 5 winners, I will wait for them to prove themselves, but I'm not going to start guessing which other cryptocurrency or crypto project out of the 3,000 that's available is actually going to succeed. That's a losing bet.
And what is your opinion about ICOs? Is it all bubble or are there any real projects?
There are a handful of real projects that happen to have an ICO, and those ICOs are not speculative ICOs. They're using the ICO in order to transfer ownership with ease between people that need to use the project. Any ICO that has the ability to go through a price bubble it makes no sense. They might as well be centralized companies, which I think they are. To me, almost every ICO is just like a stock. You're investing in a company, but you're investing in such a bad company that they have no customers, no revenue. They just have an idea that I will also question. So I think the ICO bubble has popped. Everyone is complaining that it now costs millions of dollars to launch an ICO. You got to pay promoters, you got to pay insiders, and so that makes no sense. I think all the easy money has been made, and I don't think the ICO model is going to come back the way it was last year.
And did you invest yourself to any ICOs before?
No, I have completely stayed away from every single ICO, including Ethereum. I was very critical of Ethereum back in 2014 and 15. I was calling Ethereum an unlicensed, unregistered, uncompliant security. I remain calling it that to this day. I have never once invested in any pre-ICO, and I just don't see that as a viable model. It's just a way to get money to start your company that has no clients and a questionable idea, and I'm not a speculative investor like that. I'm a trader. I think Bitcoin is the only asset that is fundamentally stable. I'm happy to invest in Bitcoin long term. There's nothing wrong with speculative trading if you are dealing with a top 10, top 20 market cap cryptocurrency. You can trade it, but keep in mind that if you hold on to even the next best cryptocurrency, that whatever you think the next best is, whether it's a Litecoin, Monero, Ethereum, whatever you think it is, there's a higher than a 50% chance that cryptocurrency can go to zero at any given moment. And for Bitcoin, that is less than a 50% chance that it's going to go to zero, which is why I hold on to my money in Bitcoin.
Okay, thank you. And what is your thoughts about blockchain model? Can it be applied to every business or not?
I think there are almost no businesses that actually need a blockchain. A blockchain is the world's slowest, most inefficient, most expensive database. So unless you absolutely need the slowest possible database to do something, you don't want the blockchain. Unless you want your business to accidentally lose data that is unrecoverable, you don't want the blockchain. A blockchain has one very specific purpose. It moves data from one person to another person with nobody in the middle. And that data cannot be censored, it cannot be stopped, and it cannot be reversed. There's almost no business I can think of that needs this functionality. And this is why the only real use case of a blockchain up to this point has been a currency. Lots of people are talking about putting real estate on the blockchain, but that makes no sense. You don't own your real estate. The government of your country allows you to own your real estate, and they can take that real estate away if that country gets invaded, or if you don't pay your taxes, or they want to build a highway through your property. The government can take it away, and they're not going to care that your real estate is on the blockchain. So it makes absolutely no sense. Also, if you put something like real estate on the blockchain, then you're saying you have the ability to lose ownership of your real estate if you accidentally forgot your password. You can accidentally send your real estate to your neighbor, and now your neighbor owns that real estate. So all of these use cases for blockchain, whether it's in supply chains, medical records, it just makes no sense. It's a slow, inefficient, expensive database that is irreversible and censorship resistant. And these properties are almost not needed within a business other than taking payment. If you want to take a payment from people that you don't know and that people that you don't trust, then a blockchain is great. It'll allow you to take their payment and they won't be able to steal it back from you.
Do you think there will be another system which will substitute blockchain and will be much improved?
I don't. I think it's almost impossible to achieve what Bitcoin has achieved. Bitcoin started from nothing. Bitcoin never had a real leader. Sure, Satoshi was around in the very early days, but when Bitcoin started to really become globally useful, there was nobody in charge. There is still nobody in charge. Bitcoin is completely decentralized. It's very difficult to make any changes to the Bitcoin protocol. And that kind of decentralization, it just can't happen if you have a leader. If you can look at any project, if you can name a leader of that project, then your project is totally centralized and the government can come in and wipe it out. And this is where Bitcoin is absolutely unique. And I just don't see how the universe can perfectly align to give us a more decentralized blockchain. And that is why Bitcoin is going to win.
And when do you predict the rise of Bitcoin price?
I try to avoid answering the question of when is the rise of Bitcoin price because I'm still dealing with when is the bottom of the Bitcoin price. And I still think we have more room to fall. I have been waiting for us to go lower than $5,000 since mid-January. It's now been 8 months. Until I see when and how Bitcoin goes below $5,000, I don't talk about when or where or at what price it's actually going to turn around. I am 90% confident that the price will fall below 5,000. Once below 5,000, the worst case scenario is 1,300. My other worst case scenario is that we're gonna keep going down until late summer of next year. Those are my worst case scenarios. If I'm wrong, if we turn around tomorrow or at any other point before we go below 5,000, I think I will wait before it goes above 10,000 before predicting higher prices. I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'd rather miss the $5,000 to $10,000 move, but catch the 10,000 to 100,000. Because if you're wrong and you buy in at 10 and it goes to 3, you are in a lot of trouble.